Hello, this is Cromwell's Curiosity Shop presents The Bat, our second movie, also with Vincent Price in it. I'm not sure why all these Vincent Price's movies that go in the public domain is not showing that he's a bad actor. Quite contrary. What's your impression? What do you think about The Bat?
I don't know anything about it. I know that it's a mystery movie. I know that there's a writer in it. I know that you're probably going to be cracking a lot of jokes about what I do during the day, which is solving mysteries if you don't know.
Well, you've been watching movies about women killing men and hiding their bodies.
I've been watching a lot of true crime stuff because I'm watching a story about necromancers and I need to find out how people die and what their wounds look like. I'm really sorry.
I'm dubious about all this. I don't like it.
It could also be an excuse for me watching TV instead of dealing with my writer's black head on, but you know.
The Bat is a mystery. It is not a horror film.
No,
There's not a bat monster. Vince is going to turn into a bat. He's not going to summon bats. It's very disappointing.
That's sad.
And I tell you, Agnes Moorehead is in it. She's from Bewitched. She's the evil stepmother. She's a witch.
She wasn't evil.
She's evil.
She was just meddling.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Anything else? This is our second restart, and because Michelle was not paying attention, let's go.
My face.
Here we go. Knitting
project for the day.
What are you doing there? That's not a bat. You shouldn't be doing a bat.
I should be doing a bat. It could be a bat. It could be a number one. I don't know what it is.
There's Vince and Agnes. Vince hopefully will be very murderous. Oh, there's Darla Hood. She was in... Where is she in?
Little Rascals.
The what?
Little Rascals.
Little Rascals. You gotta speak up. Use your big outdoor voice.
La 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 la.
This is her last motion picture, Darla Hood.
She said she had it after this.
Dude, this does not feel very horror movie or Vincent like. It's very too happy.
I expect to see some chick like swinging around a pole.
This is the Oaks, a house in the country which I rented for the summer.
Look, it's smoking.
That's a nice
Your hair's smoking,
house.
Michelle.
Mystery and murder.
Your hair, or
That's
The
cool.
things that happened in this house were far more fantastic.
It's a miniature.
than
Can't
any
they find a
story
real
I've ever
house?
had
And
published.
Okay, first
I
of
brought
all,
a
I
staff
rented
of
this house. I
servants
rented
to
this
my city
by
apartment.
yourself?
And my maid Lizzie Allen, who had been with me nearly 20 years.
this is Murder, She Wrote.
Lizzie?
How do you get so rich writing mysteries?
You can get that rich writing mysteries.
Tap the door. Look, Miss Green.
Do all women wear hats in this movie?
All people used to wear hats back then.
Really?
Well, I know they don't like it here, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Well, they've been hearing things about the killer that the police call the Bat and the murders that he committed here this past winter. Now people are saying that he's back.
Is she peering behind herself like he's going to show up?
Has he committed another crime?
No, not yet, but that ain't saying that he won't.
Is he a serial killer? Just kills people for no good
I've
reason?
heard about the bats they have here.
Is she just...
Animal bats, the kind that fly.
I told you it was going to be.
Stop
that!
I can replace Michelle's
I'm gonna
face
steal
with
that.
the movie.
And it says some of them bats is rabbit.
Rabid bats.
Beware of the bats and the dude called the Bat.
Now there's a rumor going around that it was the Bat himself, the killer I mean, that released the rabid bats in this neighborhood.
Why would he do that?
That's ridiculous.
Asshole just releases rabid bats.
The cook, the butler, and
You
the
get off on
upstairs
releasing
maid.
rabid bats. That's pretty cool.
Oh, well, that's a lot.
Where do you get a rabid bat
They don't
from?
even have names. She doesn't know the names
Hey,
of the
how do you get a
staff.
bat and how do you make it rabid?
Lizzie, I've got to get to the bank.
I have a lot of
Catch a
questions.
rabid bat, and then you catch some of his friends.
Drive directly to Zenith Bank, Warner.
Look at that car. Look at the interior of that car.
How much money is in there,
Like,
mystery
that's
writers?
a car that you could make out in the back of. Like, look at that. We couldn't make out in the back of my car.
Yeah, you
That
could
would be
make out
ridiculous.
of that. You
Somebody would like get injured.
You can raise a family of 4 in that back seat.
This is like the Weasley car. They're all like, and then we fit everybody in the trunks in the
Hey,
back
she doesn't have a
seat.
hat. First woman without a hat.
They're inside. She doesn't wear a hat.
I'm very well, thank you. You remember Lizzie Allen?
Of course. Hello, Miss Allen.
Look, another hat.
Unless everybody else wears a damn hat. Literally in
I
the
think we found the
same
murderer. It's the woman without the hat.
Thanks, costume
I was
lady.
surprised.
Why? Is there something the matter with it?
No, I was surprised because Mr. Fleming said he would never rent it.
Oh? Well, I rented it from his nephew, Mark Fleming, who has the real estate office here. He said his uncle would be gone the entire summer.
Look at her
That's
jewelry.
right.
That's cute.
Mr. Fleming's in the North Woods now with his
North
physician,
Woods.
Dr. Wells.
Dr. Wells.
Oh, pardon me.
Dr. Wells is Vince,
Dale.
by the way.
I want you to
He's
meet
in
my
the
wife.
woods
We
with
were
the
married at
bats.
Christmas
Look at
time.
that hat.
It'd have been nice.
Why don't you have a hat like that?
Oh, here she is.
Do you realize what my hair would look
Gordon,
like
Miss
under
Allen.
a hat like that? It would be like poof, poof.
Cornelia Van Gorder. Yes. Oh, well, I've read every murder mystery you've ever written. I just adored that weird one, The Private Morgue of Dr. X, even though it gave me the shivers. Only
That sounds
the
like a better
shivers.
movie than this one.
Scared hell
Private
out of
Morgan,
me.
Dr. X.
Oh,
I like her maid.
I really mean that Miss Corny killed them off in that one.
When you refer to my
Miss
books,
Corny?
please don't call me Miss Corny.
Pardon me, Mr. Bailey. Mr. Hines is here to see you.
Well, if your name is Miss
Excuse
Corny.
me, please. Don't be strangers now.
Is it Cornhole?
no,
Miss
we
Cornhole?
won't.
Or something? What's it? We got the thing up
So
here.
you're a
Cornelia
bum.
Van
Well,
something.
Not quite.
Not since Christmas.
You don't see a lot of Cornelias
Sure,
these days.
I've seen you.
Well, I used to be my husband's secretary here in the bank.
Of course I remember.
This
He married the
skeezy
secretary.
guy.
May I welcome our most distinguished visitor back to Zenith?
Oh, that's very charming, but,
Lieutenant
Who the hell are
Anderson.
you?
Lieutenant Anderson, of course.
Is that
Chief of
her
Detectives
father?
of the Zenith Police Department. This is Miss Allen.
Why would
How
she
do
know
you do?
that?
Lieutenant Anderson is one of our favorite citizens. He's
Oh,
on the
goodness.
bank's board of directors.
Not bad for a policeman.
You must have made a good
What is
thing
she
of it.
there to do? Just like cash
Well,
a
I
check
say
and the
for
whole
my
town
effort,
shows up?
They're closing
What'd you say?
time. And I've got some business in the safe deposit vault. Please
Well,
come
like
and
this
see me,
poor
Mrs.
lady
Bailey.
just came to the bank to do
Lieutenant.
some crap, and like the
Goodbye.
whole
Bye.
town
Nice to
shows
meet
up.
you.
They're
My,
introducing
what a
other
charming
characters that are
woman.
going to kill each other.
She moved into the Oaks just the other day.
That house is a proper setting for a writer of mysteries.
Oh, it certainly is.
This lawn is on fire. What the hell is that? Though I would like a house with like mist permanently around it.
Uh-oh.
You don't look happy.
Is the bat in the bank? It's in her
Andy,
safety
we're in
deposit
trouble.
box.
Wendell Hines came in to pick up $350,000 worth of bonds that we were holding as collateral for a loan. They were kept in our special vault.
I like that
Fleming and I
hair.
are the only officers of the bank who have access to that vault.
So,
He has no hair.
The Hines bonds are gone. That's not all. Other negotiable securities are missing. From what I can gather, short of a careful check, the bank has been looted of over $1 million worth of securities.
you'll have to notify Fleming.
I wish I could talk to him. Unfortunately, he and Dr. Wells are deep in the woods. They can't be reached by phone.
Or deep in the Bahamas, having a margarita.
Convenient. So they're on a hunting trip in the
Oh,
woods.
goodness. That was a tush, wasn't it?
What is it?
How tall is he?
He's 6'5".
I mean, like, when he
6'4".
stands up straight, because he certainly isn't.
He's 6'4" or 5", something like that.
I thought I heard someone on the path coming from the lake.
Fitz is a big
Had an
man.
idea it might be that guide of ours.
Oh, Sam won't show up until morning. It's a 20-mile canoe trip from here
What
to
are you
civilization.
doing?
5 will get
He's
you
pouring
10.
tea
Sam
on
has a
the
message
dishes.
for
What's
me.
unusual about that?
I thought you told him at the bank not to bother you.
I did.
What's that?
Doctor,
Yes, John.
what would you do for $500,000?
Anything
Well.
short of murder.
Why not murder?
Too messy.
How about,
Apparently the cat has an
$500,000?
opinion.
Yes.
how about anal for
Cat says I'll do
$500,000?
murder.
I pinched $1 million from the bank.
Naughty.
Well, I'm not kidding. I embezzled it.
Not that I think
If you own a
wouldn't do it
bank,
if you thought
shouldn't
you
she
could
be
get
like
away
a
with it.
millionaire already? So $1 million won't be
I
that big
got
of a
away
deal.
with it.
No, he's
I'm not
just a
talking
president of a
about
local bank.
currency. I took negotiable securities that could be converted into cash. I have the cash. In 10s, 20s, and 100s.
Well, I'm your doctor, not your lawyer. Why tell me this?
Why are you there then?
Who goes on a
Who's gonna
trip,
take the blame for
hunting
the
trip with their doctor?
Bailey, the cashier. They'll never
You know what? I'd go on a
suspect me.
trip with my doctor. He's
I
pretty
like
cool.
Bailey.
Well, so do I.
Well, you don't.
I love
Huh?
the guy.
You don't.
I gave him his first chance.
No, we
He's a lovely
haven't.
little
That's a
wife.
very good point.
Charming girl. Was the best man.
Where's the million?
He has given us travel tips,
In my
though.
family's tomb in Zenith. In the crypt with my father's casket.
Why is this guy telling him everything?
I don't buy that, John.
No?
No. You forget that I had you in charge when you were a very sick man. When you raved in delirium. And I heard you talk about a hidden room. Now, where else could you put a hidden room except in that mansion you built? That white elephant you call the Oaks.
They're on a hunting trip, right?
Everyone knows I have a bad
They're surrounded by
heart.
guns. Why do you hide a
Who
pistol
would doubt it if
there
you
when
wired
he's
the
got
bank directors that my
a
heart
hunting
would
rifle
fail?
everywhere?
Why would you put
That I
a
had
gun
fallen from
down
a
your
great height
pants?
here in the woods, and that I was badly smashed up. You could ship the body back for burial and instruct them not to open the casket due to the condition of its contents.
Well, you realize, of course, that we'd have to have a body to put in that casket, which means that we'd have to deal with an undertaker at this end.
Of course.
Well, where do we get a body?
Couldn't we provide one of our own? How about Sam?
What?
Sam, our guide?
Sam weighs about as much as I do. He's practically a hermit. He wouldn't be missed for a long time.
The local undertaker would know him.
Not if we made him look as if he'd been in a serious accident.
But if Bailey's going to take the blame, why do you have to
Will
do
you
this?
stop it?
The jury might acquit him. In that case, I'd be a logical suspect. I could disappear, of course, but it's safer if they think I'm dead.
What the hell's going on? Why would he wait till after
What if I don't go for this
he
deal?
steals the money?
Okay, and now there's a forest fire.
that
There's
case,
so
it'll
much
be
going
Too
on.
bad.
God, people used to just get their money's worth out of these, didn't
I mean, you
they?
kill me.
His gun's literally
What else could I
everywhere,
do?
so he brought his own
Now that I
pistols.
told you about the million, I'd say you were shot in a hunting accident. Now look, Doctor, if you can find another body instead of Sam's, it's all right with me. There's $500,000 in it for you.
I'll do my best.
You know, fires really
I smell
aren't
smoke.
that noisy.
So do I. What's that noise?
Look, Doctor,
Oh my God!
you're on fire. It's coming this way.
Yeah,
We've got to get out of here.
this guy's a
Out the
freaking
back
idiot.
way.
We will.
His gun's everywhere in the house.
As soon as I provide that body we were talking about.
Ah! Get him!
Vince is good.
You know, not for nothing, but that was totally in self-defense at that point. That guy was a fucking loony with a gun.
He can't find one.
He was in immediate
funky-looking
danger.
house.
So,
If you become a multi-millionaire writer, let's rent a house for the summer that's got a burning lawn.
Yes, Miss Cornelia. There's a storm
yeah, I've thought
coming
about
up and
doing
it's
that
gonna be a
before, you know,
snorter.
but not with a
We
burning
nearly
lawn.
blew the door off its hinges.
Well, that noise blew my game higher than a kite. I think I've lost some of the car.
Oh, I'll get them for you.
Oh, I see you found the paper.
Drat that paper, boy.
I'm starting to like Courtney.
Scooted by on his bicycle, just chucked it into a clump of bushes and let it go at that.
Damn paper boy.
For land's sake, Mr. Vic Bailey's been arrested.
Oh?
That sweater is crazy. How high are you supposed to button that up?
Victor Bailey, vice president and cashier of the Zenith Bank, was arraigned before United States Commissioner Alvin Field.
They don't wear the
in charge
hats
of the
now.
Embezzlement of over $1 million.
Is that the only time you don't wear a hat when you're at home?
I can't believe Vic Bailey.
Do you think that's a hairpiece? That's got to be a hairpiece. That is so much hair on one
Well,
woman.
I see our landlord is home again.
Landlord?
Grandma used to have hair like that, though.
Dr. Malcolm Wells is back in town with the body of John Fleming, president of the Zenith Bank, who was killed in a forest fire. Mr. Fleming will be
With
laid
a
to rest in
gunshot
his family's
wound.
tomb on Friday.
And I hope he stays there.
Well, why shouldn't he?
This is his house. And ever since he died, some funny things have happened here.
For instance?
The housekeeper, the cook, and the butler said that they heard strange noises at night. And the upstairs maid swore that she met a man without a face coming up the back stairs.
Oh, so that's why they quit and left me to run this place without a staff.
They didn't tell you, Miss Corney, but the truth is they was scared to stay.
But you're still here, Lizzie. Haven't you seen anything?
No. No, and even if I had, I ain't afraid of ghosts.
So they're being
They're afraid
tormented
of
by
me.
Vince, who's trying to get the money, right?
I'm trying to find that
A
hidden room.
spiritualist told me once that ghosts was allergic to me.
I pay money to get tormented.
Ghosts are allergic to me.
But this bat feller they keep talking about in the
Yeah, what's the
paper,
bat guy? It's nothing to do with
I guess
this.
he'd be different.
No, I don't think you would have the same effect on him.
That's some crazy-ass lightning.
What are they trying to do? Drive people away from this part of the country?
Why, what does it say about the bats?
Specialty seems to be killing women.
Ooh.
My goodness, 2 of them in one night. All his victims died the same way, like their throats had been ripped open with steel claws.
What's that to do with the bat? Bat doesn't open your throat with steel
It
claws.
sounds like a
I'll
werewolf.
have to try it sometime.
Yeah, claws. What? Bat don't have...
In a book.
What's the chances that... Wouldn't you be all odd that there'd be a wacky serial killer just in her own...
See, this is my thing. Like, those are shitty shutters. What are they supposed to shutter? They don't even cover the whole window.
It's so they...
And the door doesn't latch in this really nice place. What the hell?
One of his victims, who lived for a moment after she was found,
I have kitty hair
described
all
the
over
bat
me.
as a man without a face. Honest, Miss Corney, I think that woman must have been exaggerating.
That's silly.
Oh, I want one of those.
That heavy tapestry at the top of the stairs. I know,
What?
I
There's
know.
something
I've
on
seen it
me.
before on a windy night.
There's a room back there, right?
Sounds as if there was someone on the stairs.
I know there isn't. At least there shouldn't be.
There ain't. Them's just the noises you hear in any old house on a windy night. It
Every old
says
house
here
has a
that the
rattling
bat
suit of
never
armor.
leaves no
I want a suit of
fingerprints.
armor. I told you I could get you one for
No.
$700.
No,
He
thank
probably has
you.
no fingers either.
For business purposes.
Lizzie!
This is like a comedy. Have you ever started hugging women when you're
That, I
scared?
suppose, is the cat dropping its
I
biscuits.
actually was scared once.
No, I
And
don't
I
think so.
jumped on a friend
I
of
think
mine and they were
something should
so
be looked into.
pissed.
Keep your servants in front of you so they
How
can...
did that suit of armor totally not
Now,
come
who
apart?
chucked him down here?
Oh.
Wind, I hope. There must be a window open up there. No, Lizzie. Let him lay. Let him sleep it off. I hope the power lines don't go down, put the lights out. Now, we'll check the windows in the living room and draw the curtains, and then we'll go to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
It's nighttime. Shouldn't they have drawn the curtains anyway?
Oh, here we go. That is not a bat. That's like a cat.
Gordy! Oh! What's that? Oh, when I went to get the paper, I turned the latch off. I forgot to turn it on again. He's out there. He was coming in. He might have got you.
Oh, but he didn't, and he's still out there, thanks to you.
On the
Now,
other
you
side of the
hurry.
glass
When I'm
door.
Yeah, what kind of bat monster can't punch through a glass door to kill some elderly women?
Yes, ma'am.
Finch is out there with a claw on his hand, trying to scare him off. Is that the plan? Is that what we're going for in this
I
movie?
don't know. Probably. That's a total hairpiece. You can see all the pins. That's
Get to the
hilarious.
police department, please.
Where's the pins? What's the pin?
The hairpins
This is
around the
Cornelia Van
bottom of
Gorder.
it.
I'm living at the Oaks.
We know about that, Miss Van Gorder.
Just a moment ago, a man tried to force his way into this house.
You're not alone there.
Freddy
are you?
Krueger's grandfather.
What about your servants?
Well, I have none except my chauffeur, and he's away. He won't be back until the morning. Now, there's only 2 of us here tonight, and we're going to lock ourselves in my room. Now, if any of your men see anything, will you have them call me?
I'll send officers over there right away.
Well, thank you very much. Come on, Lizzie. We're going to sleep in my room.
Didn't they have a gun or something?
Well,
Would you have a gun if you knew that there was evil bat person go around
door
killing
seems
people?
good and solid. Like the door to a tomb.
What does he need to go through all of this for? He just said that there's nobody around. Why is he being quiet? Can't he just break the window? A whole freaking suit of armor fell down a staircase.
There's other servers in the house, though. He saw them through the window calling the police.
It's Vincent Price saying he's the bat.
No bolt. Well, that's not so good.
And then the bat gets him.
Who's the bat?
Some other guy.
That, my good woman, is a booby trap.
You think the bat is connected to the
This transom,
thief
this will
at
be
all?
knocked off, and we'll hear it fall.
Seems hard to...
Where do you get a glass cutter that works that well?
It looks like a key.
See, this is why you get those ones that's like a maze, and you have to figure out how the hell to get the thing undone.
That doesn't look like Vince.
No, that's not his nose.
He's too short.
Oh, wait a minute. The shoulders say maybe.
No, he's not hunching enough. That's not a Vince. He's prancing up that stairs.
I forgot my night things.
Vince
My
lumbers.
boots, my gown, and my slippers. I'll go get them now.
You don't know.
Now, wait a minute.
Really? I have to go
I'll
get my
with you.
slippers.
Now, don't you bother, Miss Cornelia. My room's just down the hall. Lizzie, I told you to wait. It's all right. I'll only be a second. Get in here. Get in here.
Dumbass. Vince has a hunched shoulders. He's very distinctive.
Answer the fucking phone, lady.
Yes?
Miss Van Gorder?
Yes?
Zenith Police Department. There's a police car just outside your house, and the officers in it have reported that there's no sign of a prowler anywhere on the grounds.
Well, the
How
man's
would they know?
inside now. He's in the hall, just outside my bedroom. Have your men break through the kitchen door and search this place from top to bottom.
Okay, Miss Van Gorder. Sit tight.
I will. I have a gun. And
Ah.
I know how to use it.
There we go. Why doesn't he have a gun?
He's all like, you know what? Maybe it's time to get out of here. Doink.
See? Second Amendment saved her.
No, it isn't, because she couldn't have had. She might not have had anything.
He just ran away.
Because she's a fucking coward. She wasn't gonna shoot anybody.
All right,
So we're all assuming Vince, though that actor wasn't Vince,
So just try and get some rest.
is pretending to be the bat.
Oh, supposedly it is all of her hair. Like Rapunzel. Really, dude?
Oh, they're gonna release a rabid bat? Is that supposed to be a real bat?
Oh my god, I'm done. I am so fucking done.
Hey, could I get a real bat?
No, that would be me.
Death by rabid bat. Jesus Christ almighty.
Miss Cornelia!
What's the matter? Oh, nonsense. You've had a nightmare.
Maybe I did. But there was a bat in it, and it bit me. And it flew in that closet.
Oh, good gracious, Lizzie, you're right.
Oh.
Oh, I hope she turns rabid. That'd be cool.
Oh, instead of closing the... Okay. Where are the police? They never showed up.
Operator, will you get me Dr. Malcolm Wells' office, please? No, I don't know his number, and I have no phone book up here, but this is an emergency. Will you connect me with his office?
Oh!
Dear, I'm going to get the
So this is how Vince legitimately gets into the story, because he has to treat the rabid bats.
Dr. Wells is out at the moment, but But if you'll give me your name and number, I'll try to locate him.
Well, this is Miss Van Gorder of the Oaks. My maid has just been bitten by a bat that may be rabid, and she must have treatment as soon as possible. And I was told that Dr. Wells was the nearest physician.
I'll try to find him for you. And if I can't, I'll send you another doctor.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Oh, he's out on a case.
Oh.
Oh, I hope it's not a delivery. A baby, I mean, they can be terribly complicated.
It never bothered me none.
Oh, Lizzie, you never had a baby.
Of course I didn't. That's why they never bothered me.
Oh, does it hurt, huh?
Little.
Okay, this looks like a Vince house. Who's that guy? Oh, that's the police officer.
You can tell because he's wearing police officer pants.
No, this is the bald guy from the beginning. And he's wearing a hat. Now, why wasn't he wearing a hat before, but now he's wearing a hat?
He was inside. And he was actually at the bank, not just running in.
Oh, okay, okay. He's not very sneaky, is he? Oh, here we go. Now, he would be able to procure rabies and make bats rabid.
His pet rabid bats! Wait, that's a real bat.
Yeah, why couldn't they use a real bat for the whole thing?
Well, maybe because the real bat wouldn't fly around a circle.
Why did they have it fly around a circle?
That is so hilarious. This little bat is not having any of this.
I like that bat. Can you have a pet bat? I want a pet bat.
Dr. Wells, are you
Can you imagine them telling poor Vincent Price that he has to do this to this tiny little bat? He's such a big, gentle guy.
Your call service is on the wire. It's an emergency.
This is Dr. Wells.
This is your call service, Doctor.
Oh, hello. I was just doing an experiment. I left the receiver off.
That's what I thought, but I kept trying. Miss Van Gorder at the Oaks called and said that her maid had been bitten by a bat, and she's afraid it might be rabid.
What? Oh, all right. Tell her I'll be right over there.
Okay, he looks awful surprised for somebody that released a bat into a room.
Wouldn't he be if he knows there's a whole, if he's innocent, he knows there's a whole ton of people upset about bats, and he's just
Probably trying to find a rabies vaccine if he didn't do it.
Maybe he's working on a cure for rabid bats. Okay, now we're supposed to think he's definitely the bat murderer, because we know he wants in the house, and he just happens to mysteriously have a bunch of bats he's playing around with. But what doctor doesn't have a bunch of bats he's experimenting on? Certainly Vince would experiment with rabid bats.
Those poor little bats. Look at them. They're just hanging out.
They tell you I
doing their
once
little
saw
batty
bats
thing.
having sex at a Bills game.
What?
I saw two bats having sex at a Bills game. It was the most interesting thing that went on.
That's so sad.
Oh, Jesus! Okay, you can't explain that. That you cannot explain.
That's hilarious. Maybe he just likes bats.
Is it supposed to be like a giant specimen of a bat, or is it a bat logo?
I don't know. Look at this lady's hair.
Who's there?
Yes, you got 9 feet long hair.
Come in.
Good evening.
Oh, I'm so glad they found you, Doctor.
Well, I reached my office shortly after you called. How is your maid? Is she in any pain?
No, she doesn't seem to be.
Did the bat get away?
No, I believe it's still in my bedroom.
Oh, good. I'll want to examine it. There you go, Miss Allen. Now you'll feel better.
I'm not sure if they could even cure rabies
Have I
back then.
got the rabies?
I don't know.
Well, I can tell you better after I've examined the bat's brain under a microscope.
That thing's got a brain?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
What?
Well, where is it?
Well, she's supposed to be the dumb, ignorant servant.
You know, it's a pity you leased this house, Miss Van Gorder.
Why a pity?
Well, my dear lady, I don't want to alarm you, but...
Oh, well, after tonight, nothing can alarm me.
Yes, I understand. It must have been terrifying. So many unexplainable things have happened here. There's something about the place. Your servants must have sensed it when they walked out on you. An apprehension of disaster. Well, let's see.
All right, okie dokie.
There he is. All right, now, take it easy. Nobody's going to hurt you. Quiet now.
Well, he can look at the brain with a microscope.
You liar,
Quite
says
normal.
the
Doesn't
bat.
seem to be sick at all.
It looks like a real
Ain't
bat.
that nice? I've been worried about him.
Why would he just bite
He
people?
should be. From his appearance, I'd say that he doesn't have any infection. In which case, you've had a narrow escape. Now, you take one of those tablets I left for you, and I'll guarantee you a good night. And I'll drop in on you tomorrow.
Oh, thanks for everything, Doctor.
Now, don't worry, I can find my way out.
Oh, I know you can, but do let me help you.
Oh, don't forget that once I'm gone, you'll have to climb those stairs alone.
Oh, I'm all right. I'm armed now.
Can you shoot one of those things without shutting your eyes?
Oh, Doctor, there are guns in every book I've ever written. I don't write about things I'm unfamiliar with. Lock the door, Lizzie.
Good night.
Yes, ma'am. Good night, Doctor.
Why are they still there if they know the other guy broke
Accident?
No, the wind blew him down.
Oh.
I think.
Did you know that young Mark Fleming leased you this house without notifying his uncle?
No, I didn't.
Well, it doesn't matter now. John Fleming is dead and Mark's his heir. But if John were alive, he would warn you to leave here, Miss Van Gorder.
Really?
Yes. It's been a tragic place for anyone who ever lived in it. Well, good night.
Good night.
What guy just tried to
Who's
poison
out there?
her with a vampire bat? Wouldn't she leave immediately?
That's right. Good evening, Miss Van Gorder.
Good evening, Lieutenant.
Somebody sick here?
My
They're about the same height. He's got a. That's. There's no reason.
Well, I'll know for
He's
sure
got to
when
be
I
the
get
real
to my
bat.
lab. I caught the bat.
He was the one dressed up.
Happened indoors?
In my bedroom.
They wouldn't hire an actor the same height as
in many
Vince
ways, the bat
unless
could get in
he
a
was
house.
supposed to be the
Yours.
real villain.
I spotted this hole in the window the minute I got here. That's where the two-legged bat got your door open.
Miss Van Gorder told me that she phoned headquarters at Zenith.
Yes, I phoned twice. The second time was after the prowler got in the house.
When headquarters, Andy?
No, but they contacted me.
An officer came and searched the house from top to bottom, but they couldn't find the bat.
You better have this window fixed tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Officer came, searched the house from top to
I'd
bottom,
better be
missed the
going.
giant whore on the
I'm
front
due
door.
in surgery at 8 o'clock in the morning. Good night.
Good night, Doctor.
There will be a man patrolling the grounds all night, Miss Van
Oh,
Gorder.
thank you.
And nobody inside, Andy?
Why should there be?
Well, how do you know but what the bat is hiding somewhere in the house?
I'm quite sure he isn't in the house, Doctor. Not now. Good night.
Good night.
See, I am the bat. I've solved the movie already. He's the bat. He's also associated with the bat. Now, why would they write a character who is both a police officer and working with the bank, unless he was involved with the bank heist?
Hello, Mark. Well, congratulations.
He looks dopey.
Real estate business must be picking up. New office, new furniture.
New deal. How do you
I
like
think
it?
it's the first guy we saw at the bank
expensive.
that reported the
Are
stuff.
you
to him.
squandering your inheritance?
Oh, I haven't got it.
This
yet.
guy right here?
Well, the paper says John Fleming left his entire
No, that's a
fortune
new guy
to
we've
you.
never seen
The thing
before, right?
about that
Yeah, this
entire
is a new guy.
fortune is that we can't find it.
No kidding.
Oh, all Uncle John had in his bank account was a couple of $100. And his safe deposit box was empty.
If we don't find that missing million, mine will be empty, too.
How come?
Well, all my savings were invested in Zenith Bank stock. The examiners won't certify the bank as solvent until those stolen securities are found. So the stockholders have voted an assessment that will wipe some of us out. It's a since those securities have been converted into cash. And if I can't find that cash, I'm sunk.
Well, where are you going to look for it, Andy?
Here in Zenith. Your uncle wouldn't take $1 million on a hunting trip, would he?
You suspect Uncle John? Why, Andy, he founded the Zenith Bank. That'd be like robbing the family tomb.
You think he wouldn't?
Well, besides, Vic Bailey's fingerprints are all over the vault.
Now, they didn't find any of Uncle John's fingerprints.
Because he wiped him off.
Can the defense prove that?
They'll try to. Judy Hollander, Bailey's secretary, is a defense witness. And they believe her testimony will have a powerful effect on the jury.
Oh, well.
Who are they trying to
It
convince?
has a powerful effect on me. Judy's a doll.
Here's the book you mentioned, Judy.
Your newest one.
Yes, it's just.
Oh, that's the one from our gang, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's
This is our last
edition
movie. What a
and you
depressing
signed it.
thought.
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much.
She was killed by a rabbit bat
May
after
I
this.
serve tea now, Miss Van Gorder?
Yes, please do, Warner.
It's more common than you might think.
Well, I see you've engaged new servants.
Yes, of course.
Well, how did you persuade them to live in this house?
Well, Jane Patterson, my new housekeeper, knows this house better than you do, Doctor.
Oh?
She worked for John Fleming. And Warner was my chauffeur.
Chauffeur turned butler?
Incredible. He can play any part at a moment's notice. Did you get a plumber, Warner?
No, we can't get a plumber for 3 days, madam.
What about that leaking pipe? The basement will be flooded in 3 days.
The pipe is no longer leaking.
You mean it's dried up of its own accord?
No, not quite. I packed the elbow where the water was coming out.
Pack the elbow.
This guy is amazing, Michelle.
Well, into each life, a little rain must fall. And
Remember, the butler did it. That's it.
The butler did do it.
Now, is there anything else that you require, Miss Van
He's also
Gorder?
pretty tall. He's the same height as...
Thank you, madam.
Now there's a character.
How long did you say that he worked for you as chauffeur?
About 3 months.
Well, I hope he doesn't have a police record. My dear Dale, it may interest you to know that the last night of his life, John Fleming told me that he loved your husband like a son. If Fleming were alive today, he would be fighting to prove Vic's innocence.
Could Mr. Fleming prove his own innocence?
Miss Van Gorder, can there be any doubt about it?
There will be when Miss Hollander testifies at Vic's trial.
Oh? You know something that we haven't heard yet, Judy?
Something I saw with my own eyes. She's not permitted to say what it was.
My dear
Oh, I
girl,
see a bat
wouldn't
in the
think of
future.
asking her. But let's assume for a moment that Fleming did steal the $1 million. Now, what would he do about it? Where is it?
Hidden someplace where he could lay his hands on it without getting caught in the act. Now, if I was writing this, instead of living in the middle of it, I'd hide it right here in this spooky old house.
Under a loose floorboard or up a chimney?
If Mr. Fleming had the nerve to steal $1 million, he'd make his plans well in advance. I'd say he'd prepare a place to hide it. Possibly when this house was being built. Now, I rented this place from Mark Fleming, his nephew. I wonder if he'd have the floor plans.
I'll ask him.
Yes. Lizzie, will you bring Mrs. Bailey the phone? Oh, you ask him now. Okay. His number is Summit 7537.
Oh, thank you, Lizzie. Summit
7537.
How do you put Summit in?
Not bad, eh, Andy? That means new business. Now, you see, somebody wants to buy a house. Mark Fleming speaking. Oh, hello, Dale. Well, hang on a minute, honey, while I see if I have him. It's Dale Bailey, all excited. Miss Van Gorder wants to know if I have the floor plans of the Oaks. Now, what would she want with the floor plans?
She's being snoopy.
Well, she suggested to me that your uncle might have hidden the bank loot there. Are the plans here?
Somewhere in the house itself. Wait a minute, there is a place where Uncle Johnny might have kept those blueprints.
Oh.
What place?
Well, I heard him talk about it a good many years ago.
Sorry.
I can't be sure of the exact location. Anyway, I don't think the old boy had the guts to steal $1 million. But if I find those plans, I'll let you know, Andy. Hello, Dale. Look, honey, I haven't seen those plans since I was a kid, but I'll come over tonight and maybe we can find them.
Wait a minute. Since he was a kid?
Thank you, Mark.
So he's planning this heist for 20 years?
He seems
For
to
10
think they're
years,
here in
at
the
least?
house somewhere. He's coming over tonight.
Well, that's good. Dale and Judy are my house guests for the weekend.
What is with
Would you
that
like to
dress?
have dinner with us tonight?
Yeah, what's up with
Thank
that?
you. I couldn't. I still have a few calls to make. You know, if Judy's testimony is going to clear Vic Bailey and implicate John Fleming...
He looks like a
others may
really
get the
mad
idea
tulip.
that there's buried treasure in this house. Don't even mention your testimony until you're actually on the stand.
Oh, I won't.
That's a
She's
smart
dead.
girl.
She's gonna be
She's
killed.
a very lovely girl.
There's a rabid bat in her future.
Goodbye, Dr. Will.
Come on.
Would you rather die of rabies or having your face clawed off by a human bat with steel claws?
Rabies is a terrible disease. I would probably take the human claw guy.
This is a horrible bank. Everybody wants to steal from it.
I know.
It seems like it'd be easier ways to steal from the bank than just...
And everybody's breaking into this house. You know, this guy inherited the house. He could just come in it. He could just walk in. It's his house.
Oh, he did have the key. Wait a minute. Who is this guy? Is this the young owner? Yeah, it is, right? He's not that young.
The more I realize, I should be putting them down on paper.
I think you can...
Your husband's secretary, Dale. Yes, I was. Do you take shorthand?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my dear, if you'd like to have your mind occupied, I want you to work with me while I write the story of this fantastic criminal, the Bat.
See, what does the bat have to do with any of this? But he's been planning this for 10 years plus. So he's... Oh, look at that. When we build our own house, I want secret passages left and right. Here comes the bat.
The bat's still in the fucking house.
Is that guns?
I don't know. I honestly thought it was a vacuum cleaner for a second and I was going to cry laughing. Kick him!
Wonderful dinner. Thank you.
Hell, none of them wearing hats.
Good dinner, Lizzie.
Everybody's got a pointy ass bra on too.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Oh, what a lovely piece of silver. It's an original, isn't it?
Yes, they still use them in England.
So that's the plans for the house. And the plans for the house were in the secret compartment.
Should keep us hot with sausages and your scrambled eggs. Interesting. Very useful. Really nice.
See the screen. We're gonna see the screen, right?
That clock hasn't struck the hour in the last 10 minutes. I can't believe what Mark Fleming told me.
Why is it angled away from the wall like that?
I don't know. Somebody must have moved it. Lizzie, very likely when she was dusting.
Wait a minute. Did you know there's a door in this paneling?
No, I didn't.
Oh, my gracious, so there is.
Maybe it opens to a secret passage.
Oh.
Well, certainly to a secret something.
Right.
Who knows, girls? We'll be about to stumble on that missing million.
Oh, this is a panel. There's a panel. There must be some gimmick to it. There always is.
Yes, it moves. It moves. It moves.
Oh.
She didn't scream. She's the horror authoress. And she's a witch. She probably
She
killed
says,
millions.
Calling car 11. Proceed to the Oaks in Zenith Township immediately. A homicide has been reported.
Okay. Proceeding to the Oaks. Notify the county coroner, Dr. Wells. Tell him to come to the Oaks at once.
It's one of those movies where we're gonna get all the suspects in the house and they're gonna let anybody out.
Probably.
As if his throat has been torn by some creature with fangs or claws.
That's his sign. We found it on the others he killed.
Look how high his pants are.
I'd hoped those reports that he was up to his old tricks again were pure imagination, but
His pants is
apparently
high.
they're
Stop
based
it.
on fact.
High pants.
He's come back. Back to the scene of his kills. Yes, that's who I mean. That's who did this.
Ow, that hurt.
Who found Mark?
We all did.
And here's Dale and Judy and I. Lizzie was in the dining room. This is my new housekeeper, Jane Patterson. You know, she
she's
worked for John
guilty.
Fleming.
Guilty.
I know her. Where were you, Mrs. Patterson?
In the kitchen, cleaning up. I cooked the dinner tonight.
Did you know that the secret closet was here?
It was behind the grandfather's clock.
Well, it was I who found it, really. Noticed the clock had been moved and the door wasn't quite closed.
I'll get it.
Vince, it's gotta be Vince. We need more Vince in this movie. Yeah, Vince. Think he still got the bat in there?
Who is it? Mark Fleming.
As coroner, you saw the same wounds on the others. How long's he been dead?
Oh, I'd say about a half an hour. You believe it was the bat?
That's a bat's trademark.
Perhaps he's still in the house.
That's possible.
Why should he be?
What are they looking at her
Because
for?
he's looking for something, and like you, he believes it's here. And he's a persistent killer. I would advise you to get out of this house as quickly as possible, notwithstanding our expert police protection. Have you called the morgue?
They're on their way here.
Oh, good. I want to examine the body before they get here. May we take it into another room?
Is there any chance the murder authoress is going to be the one who actually killed everybody?
I don't know, but you know what? I'm going to bring up the point that we were renting somewhere once and there was a drive-by across the street and we took off like then.
Yeah. We go wait for the second or third murder attempt.
Nope. One murder barbecue, that was enough for us.
My God, that was a cheap Airbnb, though, man.
That was a really nice Airbnb until the craziness across the street.
I hope it was getting better in that worst neighborhood. I think it was like
I had to use the
gentrified.
front door, Miss Van Gorder, but I forgot my keys, and when I rang the bell at the kitchen door, there was no response.
Oh, this is Warner, Lieutenant. He's my butler. He was my chauffeur.
See, he's the same height as him, Butler.
To find a butler.
See, now we got three people who could all be the
but
bat.
you should look for the roundness of the shoulders.
I've served in many capacities, sir, but
See, I'm not sure they're actually the actor in the suit is the actor they really wanted to
What
be
time did
there.
you leave the house tonight?
About 6:30, I had dinner at Wiley's Roadhouse.
Can you prove where you spent the rest of the evening?
I can try.
Try hard. And don't leave the
What is
house.
she
I'll get you
doing
later.
with her hands?
Very good, sir.
Being
I shall be
suspicious.
in my room,
She's
Miss
being
Van
really
Gorder, if you
weird.
need me.
Yes, Warner.
I'm thinking that it's definitely this
Surely you
guy.
don't think he's...
Warren and I've met
Because
before.
why would you have a bank slash
I can't recall where
Bank-
or when.
guy slash police officer? Makes no sense to have a bank guy slash police officer unless he's the
There'll be
killer.
a crew here shortly from headquarters, dusting for fingerprints, taking photographs. But in the meantime, Mrs. Patterson, you aren't leaving the house tonight, are you?
No, Lieutenant.
Don't. I'll talk to you in the morning. Good night.
Good night, sir. Good night, Miss Van Gorder.
Dale, I was with Mark Fleming this afternoon when you talked to him about the floor plans of this house. I heard him tell you he was coming here tonight.
Dale called him at my request. She told me he was coming.
Who else heard her tell you that?
Judy, Lizzie.
And that nice Dr. Wells.
Dr. Wells.
Dr. Wells.
There are a few killers who kill for the fun of it. The bat very likely is a mental case, and I'm convinced that his crimes are motivated by his mania for personal gain. There's $1 million at large, and he's going to keep on hunting for it until he lays his hands on it. Now, these young ladies are staying here tonight?
Yes, they're my house guests.
Well, when my crew arrives, we'll be busy for a while, so I'd suggest that
That we go to our rooms? That's a very good idea. Come on, girls.
Or, get a hotel.
That's exactly what they expect you to do.
Guard to this house tonight.
Or at least, not wear fucking heels.
I'm going to cover this place tonight from the attic to the basement.
I
If the
bet.
bat makes another call, I'll have a little surprise for him.
I think he'll have a little surprise for you.
Who is he? Have you any idea?
He could be anybody. So far, there are clues to his identity, but nothing we could take before a jury. I'm afraid we must look higher than the criminal world. He may be a merchant, lawyer, doctor, scientist. One of the pillars of his community.
Higher than the criminal world. Like,
Ladies,
people don't got day
Lock
jobs.
your doors tonight. Stay behind them. I promise you'll be safe. Good night.
Good night, Lieutenant.
They're all supposed to hang out with the fucking Hamburglar? What the hell does that mean?
You know what the criminal world is, okay?
The only criminals
Yeah,
I ever knew had day jobs. Stop it. I won't take that can away from you.
Yeah, it's a pity. So young. Well, Doctor, do you agree it was the bat?
Seriously, put it down.
In my report, I should say the death was caused by the same technique used in the other killings. A paralyzing blow to the throat, followed by severe lacerations of the jugular, resulting in excessive hemorrhage.
And apparently no blood loss, according to this movie.
Oh, he knew. But he didn't have time to think about it.
Who's this guy again?
You staying here tonight, Andy?
Well, until I check the doors and windows, but I'll be back bright and early in the morning.
Neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds.
A lot of people are due for a shock when I close this case.
Yes, I'm sure they are. Good night, Andy. Don't get hurt.
Good night, Doctor.
Just because you're a doctor that experiments on bats during a bat epidemic murder.
That seems kind of normal to me, actually, to be looking for bats, during a bat
I share
epidemic.
this room for mutual protection. One night, a storm blew the wires down, put the lights out, and I went out the next day and bought a half a dozen of these things. You better take one with you, Dale.
Oh, thank you.
We'll go across the hall now.
Are you sure there's nothing else you need?
Oh, no. Quite sure. We'll be all right.
Well, if anything bothers you, you just sing out, and 2 strong women will come to your rescue.
Oh, nothing will bother us. Not with Andy on the job. No.
Well, good night.
Good night, Miss Van Gogh. See you in the
Don't
morning.
worry, everything will be all right.
We won't. Good night.
Good night.
Bats.
We're the strong ones. We jump on each other when shit happens. We can look everywhere except behind the door.
So who's this guy? I can't know. I don't know who he is.
Well, we have the whole cast in front of us.
Tonight. Me neither. All I can see is poor Mark Fleming staring at us. I thought that when people died, their eyes closed, as in sleep.
Yeah, no.
Don't think about it. I'll bet you're thinking about it.
No, I was thinking of my poor husband sleeping in jail tonight. Oh, Judy, I love him so much.
They're due for another murder.
Come on, guy, don't disappoint us.
At least another fake bat going around in a circle. I'm surprised at this day and age he just didn't tie a real bat to the end of a string. Fly it around.
Poor bat.
They probably tried it and killed 3 or 4 of them.
I doubt Vincent Price would have actually stood for that. But all like, put the bat down. Oh my god, you guys. These are like the worst cops ever. This is the worst killer ever. Okay, except that he cut some guy's jugular and he's still standing there in that dapper suit.
Well, he's got the instructions now, right?
See, when he goes down the stairs and he looks down, it does look like Vincent Price.
No, it's not Vince.
His shoulders are so rounded.
It's too short for Vince. This is definitely the cap. Look how big his nose is. The captain has a big ass nose. So he's got
Well, it's about time he figured out how to cut the fucking phone cord. Except he probably should have done it outside.
He's more like the Jaguar, man. You know, he reminds me of Black Panther. With a hat.
Like...
He's got the claw.
The most bizarre form of... I don't even know.
Black Panther has the claws.
Yeah, he has the claws, but like nothing
Bats
else.
don't got no freaking claws.
Black Panther's hot, though. Okay, if it's Vincent Price, then he's hot, too. But, like, I mean, come on.
Put Black Panther in a suit, put a helmet on, a hat on him, bam.
This is what
that's
Black
him.
Panther does on his vacation. He slums it with Vincent Price.
Yeah, that's not Vince. The actor in that is not Vince.
How's this guy breathing in this shit?
He's got eye slits.
You don't breathe through your eyes?
But I'm saying he needed eye slits. Maybe he's got a mouth slit, we just can't see it. So, let me get this straight. This guy builds an entire house around the idea of stealing $1 million from his own bank. But waits till after he steals the money to get Vincent on the whole deal. Does that make any sense whatsoever?
Because apparently they need a body.
Wouldn't you, like, do this 2 or 3 years earlier to kind of sound them out on it?
What's that noise? Oh,
It's a bat.
I kind of fell half asleep. For a moment, I thought it was something from a dream. It's somewhere in the house. Yes, on the floor above. Not directly over us. Probably a room overlooking the driveway.
Okay.
He's not subtle, the bad guy.
Instead of, luring the girls out during the day for a nice trip about town, or having somebody invite them out to lunch.
Where's her gun? Is she getting a gun? Uh-oh.
Should we call Miss Van Gorder?
She'll hear it. How can she help but hear it?
Get corny.
Besides, we don't want her to think we're a couple of hysterical women.
Well, I'm about to become one.
dear.
I had it for one night. Dale, you're not going out in that hall.
I want to know what's happening up there.
But Lieutenant Anderson said if we stayed behind our locked doors, we'd be safe.
They got so much lacquer on their hair. They've been laying down and it's still all
Mark
perfect.
Fleming seemed to think it was. Maybe that's what somebody's looking for.
Ain't no girl in this house have a bat.
For heaven's sake, don't you hear that awful noise up there?
Okay, I hope she's turning into a bat now.
You just got to stay awake. The house phone and the outside phone wires have been cut, and we can't get help.
Where's that policeman?
Oh, I don't know. Something must have happened to him. Now go on, get on.
I don't know. Something must have happened
Dale,
to him.
Please don't go up there. I've got to. Think what it could mean to Vic. Now you stay here.
How about you guys just go to the front door and walk out? How hard is that? And you know what? I'm fucking out. They leave.
What are the police officers doing instead of protecting these people who've been attacked at least 2 or 3 times already?
Witness protection program. Let's just put her in the house where the murderer keeps going up.
I won't let you go up there alone.
Vince told him to leave the house. They wouldn't listen to Vince.
Will you warn me if anyone comes? I'll only be a moment. Now wait.
So what progress have you made in your knitting during this entire film? You've done nothing. Did you knit a bat like I asked you to?
No.
Can you knit a bat? That'd be cool. Knit a bat. This is the stupidest goddamn bat monster.
It'd be funny if you just kick the door back in her face.
runs away for $1 million. Come on, they're guns. He knows at least woman has a gun, right?
See, somebody knows what's up.
Why did she use her gun?
Judy, no, not Judy. Give her to me. I'll look after her. Oh.
She's gonna turn into a bat. How come we not think any of these women are the murderers? Because they keep on chasing. Because we just saw all of them versus the monster. So we know all of them are not. Unless they're... See, look at that. It's him.
Judy. The bat.
Yes, the bat. He caught her at the head of the stairs. We saw him rushing down the stairs as we came out of the room. I hurled that after him. I hit him, I believe. I'm going to cover this place from attic to basement, you said. Well, what were you covering when that poor child was murdered? Where were you?
I saw a man outside in the grounds. I went out there and hunted him. I heard him in among the trees, and so I followed the sound of him as far as the brook down near the back road. And then I lost him. I'd rather give my own life than have this happen to Judy. I told you to stay in your rooms and lock your doors and stay there. What was she doing at the head of those stairs?
That was my fault. They heard a strange noise. Heavy pounding in one of the rooms on the 3rd floor. We all heard it.
I wanted to see what it was. Judy, wish she wouldn't let me go out by myself. I made her stay on the balcony.
What about your new butler?
Oh, well, he's in his room, I suppose.
So how many people have died in this house so far in this movie? 2?
Too many.
Yes.
2 deaths and 1 potential
No, sir, but I heard the screams.
bat rabies
I went to
attack.
call Warner. We have rooms on the same floor, but he wasn't in his room. His bed hasn't been slept in.
If Mrs. Patterson heard
The
the screams,
butler
Warner
did
could
it.
certainly
Have you looked for the other maid?
Quite right, sir. I heard them.
Oh, you did? And where were you?
Outside in the grounds.
Miss Holland has been murdered. No. Oh, so you're surprised. Shocked. Well, I've seen better performances. I remember you now.
We've all seen better
Your name's not Warner.
performances.
You're
I've got a
Mr.
circular in my
Evil
office with your
Batman
picture on
Killer.
it. The Chicago police not so long ago were hunting for you in connection with the robbery.
You're right again, sir. And they found me and they tried me and I proved my innocence and I was acquitted.
That could have been a lucky break. Where were you when this child was killed?
I told you before, sir. Outside.
What were you doing there?
I was following you. I saw you leaving the house, and it seemed that you were hunting someone. I thought you might need some help. Oh, yes, sir. I followed your flashlight down through the trees. Then it disappeared. And then suddenly, as I was staring out into the darkness, I was struck by something on the back of the head. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the ground. I realized I'd been knocked out.
I wish you had been knocked out. But then we'd have found you with your mask still on your face. You were hit here in this house with this poker as you were rushing down those stairs after that child was
Oh,
killed.
no, sir. You can't pin this on me. I'm not the bat. I've never killed. I couldn't kill.
The butler did
I
it.
won't take the rap for this.
Vince.
I just happen to be showing up in the middle of the night.
Why
for
would
no
he
reason.
show up?
I mean, the phones don't even work, so nobody could have called me.
Why isn't anybody looking at everybody's back at their back? See if they get...
Well, Doctor, we have another case for the county coroner. You see, the bat came back.
The very next day.
Why did you come back, Doctor?
Well, I had an accident about a mile down the road. The right rear wheel of my car came off and I plunged into the ditch. This was the nearest house, so I came here to call for help. I thought I'd find you around, Andy.
Physician, heal thyself. You must have been hit by something on the back of your head.
I told you I had an accident.
So you did, Doctor. So you did. I could be wrong. But maybe I'm not.
What's the chances all these people get hit back in the head within this tame 10, 20-minute period?
Right, dear, let's start a new chapter. For days, the murders held the headlines. Lieutenant Anderson grilled us and ransacked the house from top to bottom. Warner was not placed under arrest, but his every move was watched. At night, except for a detective on guard in the house, the police and the reporters left us alone. And on one of those nights, without telling Lizzie or anyone else, I pursued a secret investigation of my own. It was in an empty room on the 3rd floor where we kept our trunks and other things.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is after all the...
After all the hubbub.
You mean none of the other people managed to look at what he was doing up there?
Apparently not.
This movie makes no freaking sense. Is that the first thing they look for? Did you ever actually do that in real life? Go like this?
Yeah.
People live inside the walls. If there was really... I bet Home Depot would have a whole hidden door section if there really were people making hidden doors. I want to make a house with one of those
I know
trap
of one
things.
castle that was actually made with hidden doors and stuff in it, and apparently the practicality was so effing ridiculous that nobody ended up ever using them.
Wait a minute. Oh, he's in Vince's laboratory. That's not looking good for Vince.
Oh! What? Excuse me.
That's so... Now that's the... I tell you, that is the police officer.
It's a bright idea to kill me in my own lab and let people think that I'm the bat. But you had to kill me first. What was it to be? Ambush? And clever as you are, you're not smart enough to do that.
Come on, Vince, just shoot him.
To find the money.
You shoot him, then you do a little soliloquy.
But I know where it is. And when you're dead with that sign pinned on your chest, I'm going to collect it and live happily ever after. He destroyed himself. How true that will be. Well, goodbye, Bat. Here's a serum that will heal you whether you're rabid or not.
That's not even Vince.
Shoot.
See that? I don't like Vince. I don't want Vince to die. Usually he does that soliloquy after the dead body. Oh.
Oh no.
Boo. Why is himself with a 5 first? Self.
Then why is it written in like not first person?
A movie with the... You shouldn't kill Vince before the end of the movie, if ever. No, it's a Vinceless film.
Come on, chick. There ain't no sledgehammers where you come from.
So is this back in time or this current time? Oh, that's was a flashback, but it can't be a flashback. I'm being confused.
It's not even a safe, it's just a door. Oh, it is a safe.
That's just locked in there.
Something's wrong.
You think?
Something's wrong.
She's like the Samwise Gamgee of the relationship.
Miss Cornelia. Miss Cornelia.
Come on, Cordy.
Why did she go running off on her own?
Now, where would she be going at this time of night?
Sneaking?
Well, land's sake. I never. Oh. Mr. Davenport. Mr. Davenport. Oh, a fine thing. The door unbolted, the chain off, and you asleep on the job. Wait till Lieutenant Anderson hears about this. Come on, wake up. What's the matter with you?
I don't know. My head hurts. My whole body's numb.
Here, take a sip of this. Try to snap out of it. I'll be back in a minute.
Something tells me he's going to be drugged even more when she gets back.
Hurry, will you? It's Lizzie. I'm terribly worried. I can't find Miss Cornelia anywhere, and something's happened to the policeman. I don't know what. Get Warner. Bring him to the drawing room. Tell him we need him.
What? It's supposed to be what, like...
Are you all right now?
Yeah, I'll be all right in a minute. I remember now. I took a drink of wine from that decanter there. Miss Van Gorder told me to help myself.
She wouldn't put nothing in it.
Well, somebody did. Somebody who knew I was on duty here.
Then it was somebody that got Miss Van Gorder. I can't find her anywhere. Upstairs, downstairs, or in the basement. I told the housekeeper to get Warner.
Lieutenant Anderson will want to know about this. Hello. Yeah, this is Davenport at the Oaks. We've got trouble here. Well, for one thing, I was drugged. Yeah. But I must have been knocked out because the maid tells me Miss Van Gorder's missing. Well, you better call Anderson and let him know. He's not at home. Well, where is he? Out on a case? What case? Dr. Wells. What else did they tell you about it?
Oh, hurry, will you? We've got to find Miss Cornelia.
Okay. Lieutenant Anderson is out on a case. Dr. Wells was found dead in a room next to his garage, murdered.
Ooh, I don't want Vince to die.
There's something queer about the killing of Wells, but headquarters won't talk about it.
Lizzie, Warner isn't in his room. There's no sign of him anywhere.
And I was supposed to keep an eye on that guy.
Where's Miss Cornelia? That's what I want to know.
Wait a minute. Didn't you say that the chain and the bolt were off of the front door?
I certainly did.
Well, maybe Miss Van Gorder went outside.
Oh, she never would. We better look.
I can't. What's wrong with her?
There's no air.
Yeah, probably have a day's worth of air in that space. It wouldn't be airtight either.
Miss Cornelia.
Oh, come
Miss
on, people.
Cornelia. Miss Cornelia. Miss Van Gorder. Look. There's a light in that room on the third floor. Were you up there tonight?
Well, of course I was, but I turned the lights out before I came downstairs.
And Miss Cornelia might have turned them on again. That's why we're going to look first. Come on.
Shouldn't she, like, scream or something?
She was. It's probably how her air supply ran out.
Maybe it's airtight and soundproof.
Oh my god.
Just in case you have to suffocate someone?
There with your safe.
Cornelia.
I...
Miss Cornelia. Miss Cornelia.
Yes, Lizzie. I'm here. Right here.
are, Miss
That's
Van
the
Gorder. What do we
dumbest
do now?
mystery writer ever.
There are 5 panels
There's no help whatsoever.
with your hand.
2 people died in her house. She has no.
Which panel did you say, Miss Van Gorder?
Oh, I can't. I just can't.
Miss Van Gorder, which panel? We couldn't hear you.
She said strike it. What difference does it make which panel? Strike them all. Look. Oh, it's all right now. It's all right, dear. Lizzie's here.
Feeling better?
Yes, much better.
We'll take you to your room.
Oh, no, you won't. I'm going to
Okay, who do you think the killer is?
All right.
I'm going police chief.
Vincent Price's twin
No
brother.
one knows how sweet the air can
I hope
taste
so. I want more Vince.
Till someone shuts it off for a moment. That room is just like a box. When the mantelpiece closed, it seemed like all the air was drawn out of it. Look, there it goes again.
Let it close. I can open it from in here.
What?
Control panel behind this blueprint. Electric
Dumbass.
motor under the trap door here. Once the door is open, you can keep it that way. I believe that the fireplace in this other room opens the same way. And it does.
So she's too stupid to open it up.
Yeah, it's back at this blueprint here. Yes, it's quite a setup. Too bad we can't open that safe in the same way. Take an expert to crack this box or a shot of nitro.
Well, maybe that's what the bat had in mind.
Could be. Seems he's on the prowl tonight.
Miss Van Gorder, Warner has disappeared.
And Dr. Wells has been murdered.
Dr. Wells?
Lieutenant Anderson's on that case right now.
Well, does he know what happened here tonight?
They got word to him. He'll be here any minute.
We're down to water or wells. And the butler can't do it. Why is the bat burning everything down?
What's that noise? Miss Van Gorder, the garage is on fire.
Scott, look at that. Lizzie, put that light on the other room. Now, where are you going?
To report the fire.
Well, you just stay right here.
But Miss Van Gorder, the garage.
Well, let it burn. You watch the stair. Can't you see that fire was set to get us out of the house?
Out of the house? Were you talking about the...
Yes, I'm talking about the bat. Now that the lights are out, he'll think his trick has worked, and we've gone. He'll be here any minute.
Well, so will Lieutenant Anderson.
I hope so, but the bat'll be here first. And he'll kill again if we're in his way. We've got to be as clever as he is.
Is he clever?
No. And I haven't seen any reason to release rabid bats into the public.
Nobody's gotten rabies yet either.
Yeah, I was really hoping for a lot of people dying horribly of rabies. Hydrophobia. This whole bank heist is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. So how did you know the combination?
But you'll be safer downstairs. I'll take care of you.
Well, the others can go, but I'm going to stay right here.
All right, but get out of sight.
Why didn't she bring her pistol?
Let's face it, ladies, and get it over with. Others have seen my face before they died, but I'll have to deny you that pleasure. This would make a good scene for your book, Miss Van Gorder. but I'm afraid you'll never write it.
That is Warner. I could tell.
You misjudged me, Miss Ellen.
Warner.
Told you, it couldn't be the butler doing it.
I don't like being a murder suspect, Miss Van Gorder. I was headed for a plane, but halfway to the airport, I changed my mind and came back. I'm glad that I did.
Genius. Genius me.
How did he have the combination?
I don't know. This makes no sense.
Yes, it was Anderson.
Anderson, who could have just said, you know what, it's not safe for you to stay here, ladies. I'm going to put you up in a hotel.
Oh, just arrest all of them.
How much money could a hotel could have cost, Betty? You're about to get $1 million.
He's a freaking police officer. He can do
Why
anything.
is she acting like she solved this case?
Yeah, she called out the wrong name.
It's rather a clever way to hide stolen money.
Is
In
it?
the open, as it were.
No, not really.
This
It's
is
just in
the
a
dumbest
house.
thing.
You don't
And what
hide
the
it in
hell
the open. Just put it in the house safe.
What with the freaking bats?
How clever you are.
Oh, come on, rabies? Who infects people with rabies on purpose? For profit?
That could have been it.
How do you get the...
That's
Oh,
it, Dale.
Jesus.
That's the end.
This is the dumbest movie ever. I hate it. I hate it. They killed Vince.
Poor Vincent Price.
Vince should either kill the bad guy or be killed at the end. Nothing else. What's your summation of this movie?
Wow. There were so many things that were... Okay, first of all, the guys all looked the same. I mean, like, it's the thing that I hate with 50s movies. Like, these guys are all cookie-cutter guys.
Vince is not a cookie-cutter guy.
No, he's not. Specifically because he's got, like, the sexy eyebrows of doom. But if he didn't have that and a little tweaky mustache, he would look just like the rest of them.
He's got the hunch.
Yeah, but so does
He's
every
got the
other
voice.
tall
He's got
guy.
the acting. He acts.
It doesn't matter. They're all cookie cutter. They're just like
Vince is never a cookie cutter.
that freaking hair.
Vince is
thing.
awesome. Vince should have got every single Oscar ever made.
Oh my god!
And they killed him 10 minutes early. The butler can't do it. Why would you make a police officer the head of a bank? That makes no sense. What police officer is also the head of the bank? It's
He
not
wasn't the
two
head of the
skill
bank. He
sets.
was just a major shareholder.
Yeah, whatever. He's still in there.
Why wouldn't he be a major shareholder? He can buy
How do you
shares
know
of the
about
bank
this?
if he wants to.
Why did he kill people with... Why did Vince have bats? Why did Vince have bats?
The better question is, why was the bat killing people before the money disappeared? What was he doing?
What kind of
Like killing
asshole?
for pleasure?
What kind of asshole kills people the most horrible way possible?
For funds.
For fun. For profit. Repetition is for profit. Was that it? Are we going to wrap it up? I'm wrapping it up. It's over. This thing should be in the public domain. No one deserves to make money out of this piece of crap.
It's pretty bad, guys.
And this is the fourth. They made this 4 times. It's a silent movie. It's a stage play.
Apparently
God.
somebody liked it.
Is that we could have been millionaires back then. I could write a better script than that.
Yeah, well, no kidding.
But goddamn, you don't kill Vince early. Never kill him. Okay, that's it. Say goodbye, Michelle. I need your summation, and then we're out.
Terrible.
That's it?
Terrible.
Okay. How was Vince?
Cute.
Vince was not cute. He was
Not
mean,
cute
man.
enough. Not cute enough to save this movie.
It's sad. Killing him early like that. Arrivederci.